Have you ever wondered what makes a man unable to get you out of his mind? What creates that aching sense of longing when you're not around? It's not about playing childish games or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about mastering the skills that make your absence impossible to ignore. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly how you can do that. Let's be honest. Many of us fall into the trap of overgiving, over-explaining, or even over-pursuing in relationships. It feels right in the moment, but often leaves you feeling unappreciated or worse, taken for granted. So what if you could flip the script? Instead of chasing his attention, imagine making him crave your presence so deeply that your absence becomes an unforgettable void. This isn't about manipulation or games. It's about transforming yourself and how you approach connection. By mastering the 10 skills we'll explore, you won't just make him miss you. You'll create a magnetic, self-assured, and undeniably captivating version of yourself. Ready to step into your power? Let's begin. The first skill is the power of mystery. Ask yourself, is he truly curious about you? Does he lie awake at night wondering who you really are, what you're thinking, or what lights you up inside? If not, it's time to add a little mystery to your life. Mystery isn't about withholding information or playing hard to get. It's about creating a depth that he can't easily unravel. People value what feels rare, unique, and just out of reach. The more predictable you are, the less intriguing you become. Here's the truth. Men are naturally wired to seek challenges. When you reveal everything about yourself too quickly, you take away the excitement of discovery. Instead, allow him to earn glimpses into your world. Make him work for the privilege of truly knowing you. Try this. The next time you're tempted to overshare, pause. Ask yourself, does he need to know this now, or can I let him uncover it later? Share just enough to spark his interest, but leave him wanting more. For example, if he asks about your weekend plans, don't give a play-by-play. Say something like, I've got a couple of exciting things planned. I'll tell you about it later. That statement opens a loop in his mind, making him curious and eager to follow up. Another way to cultivate mystery is by maintaining a life that's truly your own. Have passions, hobbies, and friendships that don't revolve around him. When he sees you as a vibrant, independent person, it creates a magnetic pull. He'll want to know what makes you tick, what excites you, and how he can be part of your incredible world. But mystery isn't just about what you say or don't say. It's also about how you carry yourself. When you walk into a room, do you radiate confidence or fade into the background? The way you move, speak, and engage sends powerful signals about the energy you bring. If you want to leave him yearning for your presence, let your actions whisper what your words don't need to say. Here's a quick challenge. The next time you're with him, hold back a little. Let silence linger after a great conversation. Let your eyes do the talking instead of filling the space with words. Let him feel the anticipation of what's left unsaid. Here's the secret. When he's left wondering about you, he's thinking about you. When he tries to decode your emotions or replay your last interaction, he's investing emotional energy in you. And that energy creates a connection he won't be able to ignore. Imagine this. Every time he doesn't hear from you, instead of feeling relief, he feels the weight of your absence. Every time you step away, he counts the minutes until he can be close to you again. That's the power of mystery. It leaves him captivated, intrigued, and deeply aware of the space you occupy in his world. So, are you ready to embrace the art of mystery? Once you master this skill, the rest will fall into place naturally. Next, let's talk about mastering emotional independence. Have you ever noticed how much of your happiness is tied to him? Do you find yourself waiting for his text to feel validated or shifting your mood based on whether he pays attention? If so, you're not alone. But here's a tough truth. Nothing makes a man take you for granted faster than when you make him the center of your world. Emotional independence is your secret weapon. It shows him, without saying a word, that while you enjoy his company, your happiness doesn't depend on him. That's what makes a man miss you when you're not around. The undeniable allure of a woman who's confident, self-sufficient, and unshakable in her own joy. How do you master this? It starts with reclaiming your energy. Instead of waiting for him to fill your emotional cup, fill it yourself. What brings you joy? What lights up your soul? Whether it's dancing, painting, running your business, or spending time with close friends, lean into what makes you come alive. A rich, fulfilling life naturally makes you magnetic. Picture this. You're always the one texting first or rearranging your plans to accommodate him. Over time, he senses that you're always there, waiting on his terms. But what happens when you stop? When you shift your focus to yourself and your passions, instead of obsessing over him, he feels the difference. Suddenly, you're less available, less predictable, and that space you create makes him realize how much he values your presence. Emotional independence doesn't mean ignoring him or being cold. It means creating a life so full and vibrant that you don't need his validation to feel complete. When you radiate that kind of confidence, he'll admire you, respect you, and most importantly, miss you because he knows you're thriving without him. It also involves setting boundaries. Be honest. How often have you said yes when you wanted to say no just to avoid disappointing him? Boundaries are a form of self-love. When you practice them, you send a clear message. Your needs matter too. For example, if he wants to see you last minute, but you already have plans with friends, stick to your commitments politely. Let him know you value your time. This small but powerful act shows you're not someone who drops everything for him. And that's incredibly attractive. Here's a critical question. Do you know who you are outside the relationship? Too often, women lose themselves in the connection, forgetting the qualities that made them irresistible in the first place. Rediscovering your individuality is crucial. Think back to who you were before you met him. What dreams did you have? What parts of you have been put on hold? Reclaiming yourself makes you someone he's excited to know more about. Stoicism plays a vital role here. It's about staying grounded and unshaken by external circumstances, including his behavior. When he senses you don't need constant reassurance, he recognizes your emotional resilience, and nothing is more captivating than a woman who handles her emotions with grace and strength. If you're ready to start this transformation, begin with small, intentional steps. Journal about your goals outside the relationship. Commit to doing one thing each week just for you, maybe taking a class, trying a new hobby, or spending time alone to recharge. The more you invest in yourself, the less reliant you'll be on him for your emotional well-being. When you thrive independently, he notices. He'll see how you carry yourself with confidence, how your energy lights up a room, and that's the kind of absence he'll feel deeply, the absence of a woman who's whole, complete, and magnetic. If this resonates with you, hit like and drop a 1 in the comments to show you're ready to take control of your emotional independence. Don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more ahead. We're just getting started. Now, let's dive into confidence. Have you ever walked into a room and noticed how some women command attention without saying a word? It's not about their clothes, makeup, or even their looks. It's about their energy. Confidence is magnetic, irresistible, and unforgettable. When you master confidence in your own skin, you leave a lasting impression on everyone you meet, especially him. But here's the reality. Confidence doesn't just appear overnight. It's cultivated in the quiet moments when you choose to embrace yourself, flaws and all. So how do you build this kind of self-assurance that makes a man feel your absence so deeply he can't stop thinking about you? It starts with self-awareness. Know who you are, what you bring to the table, and what makes you unique. Ask yourself, what are my strengths? What makes me stand out? These don't have to be grand. Maybe it's your sense of humor, creativity, or ability to connect with others. Once you recognize your strengths, own them unapologetically. Confidence is as much about how you carry yourself physically as it is about your mindset. Stand tall, maintain eye contact, walk with purpose. Your body language says a lot before you even speak. When you move with poise, people, including him, can't help but notice. A big part of confidence is quieting that inner critic, the voice that says, You're not good enough, pretty enough, or smart enough. Let me tell you something. That voice is lying. Confidence isn't about perfection. It's about embracing your imperfections. They make you human, relatable, and yes, irresistible. If confidence feels elusive, start small. Wear that outfit you've been saving. Speak up in a conversation where you'd usually stay quiet. Try something new that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Every brave step grows your confidence. Here's a hidden truth. Confidence is contagious. When you radiate self-assurance, people feel it. In your laugh, your conversations, the way you hold space for yourself without apology. A love-stoic woman knows confidence isn't just about herself. It creates an environment that draws others, including him, to her energy. Confidence is also about how you treat yourself. Do you speak kindly to yourself? Do you honor your needs and prioritize your well-being? When he sees you value yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually, he'll naturally value you more. One of confidence's most powerful effects is making you unforgettable. When you're self-assured, you become the woman who stays on his mind long after you've left the room. He remembers your smile, your presence, and how you made him feel simply by being you. Confidence also creates space. When you trust you're enough, you don't cling or chase. That trust gives the relationship freedom, space for him to lean in, to seek you out, and to feel the weight of your absence. Remember, confidence is a journey, not a destination. You won't wake up one day perfectly self-assured, but every step you take brings you closer. Celebrate your progress and remind yourself daily, you are enough just as you are. When you embody confidence, you don't just make him miss you. You inspire him to rise to your level and appreciate the unique, radiant person you are. He'll feel it deeply, in your presence, and especially in your absence. Own your power. The journey to confidence is one of the most rewarding paths you'll ever walk, and it's one you take for yourself first and foremost. Now, let's explore strategic communication. Have you ever felt the urge to reply to his text immediately just to keep the conversation alive? Or sent a second message when he didn't respond quickly, worried he might lose interest? Here's the truth. Sometimes capturing his attention isn't about what you say. It's about how, when, and even if you communicate at all. Strategic communication is an art. When mastered, it leaves him craving your presence in ways you never imagined. The first principle is simple but powerful. Less is more. Think of communication like a spark. If you constantly fan the flames, you risk smothering the fire. But if you give it room to breathe, it grows stronger. Constantly responding, immediately or always initiating sends a subtle signal that you're too available and predictability kills desire. Instead, space out your responses. If he texts you, don't feel pressured to reply instantly. Take your time, focus on your passions and life, and respond when it feels natural. When you're not always readily available, he'll start to wonder what you're up to, who you're with, and how to get more of your attention. That curiosity is powerful. It makes him think about you, miss you, and want more. But timing isn't everything. The content of your messages matters too. Do your texts leave an impression, or are they the same routine exchanges anyone could send? To stand out, be memorable. Instead of, how was your day? Try, what was the most exciting thing that happened today? Instead of good night, say, dream about something amazing tonight. You deserve it. Small shifts like these turn ordinary messages into moments that stick. Silence is also powerful. Not the same as ignoring him, but creating space for him to come to you. If you're always initiating, take a step back and let him make the next move. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but when you stop filling the silence, you give him room to feel your absence, and that absence sparks desire. Ask yourself, are you communicating with purpose or out of habit? Too often we text just to fill the void, not to say something meaningful. Next time you want to reach out, pause and ask, does this message add value, create intrigue, or excitement? If not, hold back. The goal is not to bombard him, but to make your messages count. Strategic communication also means understanding his emotional triggers, what makes him feel valued, connected, or inspired. When you tap into these feelings with your words, you deepen the bond. For example, if he's passionate about a hobby, ask thoughtful questions that show genuine interest. If he's had a tough day, send a supportive message without being overwhelming. Thoughtful communication makes him feel seen, heard, and appreciated. That's unforgettable. Stoicism plays a role here. Being calm and intentional in your communication shows emotional resilience, which is incredibly attractive. When you avoid impulsive messages or constant demands, you exude self-control and confidence that draw him in. A love-stoic woman knows when to speak and when to hold back, creating a rhythm that keeps him captivated. What if he doesn't respond? What if he pulls away when you give him space? Trust yourself and the connection. If he's truly interested, he'll notice the shift and step up. If not, he's showing you he's not invested at the same level, and that's valuable information. Remember, communication isn't just words. Your tone, energy, and body language in person matter just as much. Speak with intention. Listen fully. When you're together, let your actions speak louder than words. This amplifies the impact of your messages, leaving him thinking about you long after you say goodbye. If this approach to communication resonates, show some love by hitting like and dropping a 1 in the comments. Subscribe for more insights to help you master your relationships and personal power. Next, let's talk about building an irresistible lifestyle. Picture a life so full, vibrant, and exciting that people can't help but want to be part of it. Imagine being the kind of woman who turns heads, not because of what she wears or how she looks, but because of the energy she carries. That's the power of creating a life you love. When a man sees you thriving in your own world, something profound happens. He realizes you're not waiting around for his attention or approval. Instead, you're focused on building a life that's joyful, fulfilling, and uniquely yours. Nothing is more captivating than a woman who's deeply engaged in her own happiness. So how do you create this kind of lifestyle that draws him in, even when you're not around? Start by reconnecting with what makes you feel alive. What have you always wanted to do but haven't made time for? Maybe it's learning a new skill, exploring a creative hobby, or diving into personal growth. Now is the time to invest in yourself. One of the most powerful ways to make a man feel your absence is by being a woman he admires. When he sees you chasing your goals, taking risks, and stepping outside your comfort zone, he's inspired by your courage and independence. He recognizes you don't just talk about dreams, you live them. That realization makes him crave your presence in ways he can't explain. But it's not just about big moments. Building an irresistible lifestyle includes the small habits that bring you joy. Starting your mornings with coffee and an inspiring book, connecting with nature, joining a class, or spending time with uplifting friends. These little moments create a rich, meaningful life that's impossible to ignore. Your social circle also plays a huge role. The people you surround yourself with impact your energy and magnetism. Strong, supportive friendships enrich your life and make you more captivating. He'll notice how you light up with your friends, how freely you laugh, and how loved you are by those who know you best. That sense of community is incredibly attractive. It's something he'll want to be part of. An irresistible lifestyle is about balance. It's not being busy just to be busy. It's being intentional with your time. When you focus on activities that align with your values and passions, you create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. This fullness naturally radiates confidence, independence, and joy. Stoicism fits beautifully here. When you adopt a love-stoic mindset, you find peace and contentment within yourself, regardless of external circumstances. This inner calm is magnetic. It shows you're not easily swayed by life's ups and downs, that your happiness comes from within. Men are drawn to this rare, compelling strength. Here's a powerful shift. Stop waiting for someone else to create the life you want. Too often we think, when I meet the right person, I'll finally feel complete. The truth is, the right person is drawn to you when you're already complete on your own. When you take charge of your happiness and build a fulfilling life, you become the kind of woman who doesn't just attract attention, she keeps it. Remember, building an irresistible lifestyle isn't about impressing him, it's about impressing yourself. Waking up excited about what's ahead, living true to who you are. When you live authentically, the right people, including him, naturally gravitate toward you. Imagine him scrolling through his day, thinking about you. He knows you're out there living your best life, full of energy, passion, and purpose. He feels your absence not as a void, but as a powerful presence, a woman thriving, shining, and creating memories he wishes he could share. That's the power of an irresistible lifestyle. When you build a life you love, you don't just make him miss you, you inspire him to rise to your level, to match your energy, and to earn his place by your side. And that's a feeling he'll never forget. Have you noticed how attractive someone becomes when they're surrounded by people who admire and celebrate them? There's something undeniably magnetic about being part of a vibrant, supportive social circle. It's not just about your friends. It's about the energy and confidence you radiate when you're thriving in those connections. When it comes to making a man feel your absence, the way you navigate your social life can be a game changer. Men are naturally drawn to women who are loved and appreciated by others. This is called social proof. When he sees you're valued by those around you, it deepens his perception of your worth. He begins to see you not only through his eyes, but also through the admiration of everyone in your life. Thriving socially means he'll feel your absence more intensely because he realizes just how much he misses being part of your dynamic world. So how do you harness the power of your social circle to leave an unforgettable impression? Start by nurturing your friendships. Reach out to those who lift you up, challenge you to be your best, and make you laugh until your stomach hurts. Spend time with people who brighten your world and make sure your connections are strong and authentic. When you're actively engaged socially, you create moments that make you come alive. Whether it's hosting a dinner, going out dancing, or having deep conversations over coffee, these experiences enrich your life and make you radiate joy. And that joy is contagious. It makes others, including him, want to be around you. But here's the key. Let him see you thriving. Share glimpses of your social life naturally. Photos with friends, or a passing comment about a fun weekend. These details remind him of the incredible life you're living and the amazing people in it. Don't underestimate the subtle but powerful effect of exclusivity. When he knows you have a busy, fulfilling social calendar, he realizes your time and attention are valuable. Being part of your world is a privilege, not a given. That awareness creates longing. He wants to earn his place in your life because he sees how cherished you are. Building a strong social circle also boosts your confidence. When you're surrounded by love and support, it's easier to believe in your own worth. You start to see yourself through their eyes as vibrant, capable, and deserving of great things. That self-assurance shines through every interaction, making you even more captivating. Balance is essential. Thriving socially doesn't mean saying yes to everything. It means choosing connections and experiences that align with your values and bring genuine happiness. Being selective about how you spend your time sends a powerful message. Your energy is precious and not everyone has access to it. That exclusivity makes you even more desirable. A love-stoic woman understands the importance of balance. She embraces her social life with enthusiasm, but also takes time to recharge and reflect. This harmony maintains the magnetic energy that draws people in, including him. Imagine this. He sees a photo of you laughing with friends, glowing and clearly having the time of your life, or he hears about a meaningful moment you shared with someone in your circle. In that instant, he feels a pang of longing, not just for you, but for the world you've created. He wonders what he's missing out on and how he can be part of it again. That's the kind of absence that leaves an impact. If you're ready to build a social circle that lights up your life and makes you unforgettable, start today. If this part of the journey resonates with you, hit like and drop a 1 in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on mastering your power and creating a magnetic, irresistible life. Together, we'll keep growing, thriving, and making an impact, not just in his world, but in yours.